This is exercise 2. Exercise 2, we have Elizabeth. So Elizabeth, she's one of us here. She's a Kenyan, right? Elizabeth is a Kenyan. Elizabeth is a Kenyan. She's one of us here. She's one of us here. So Elizabeth has received US dollars 1,000 or 10,000, like that, right? Now she goes to a foreign exchange bureau, and the foreign exchange bureau gives her this exchange rate, 109 to 111. I'm exaggerating, it can't be this wide nowadays, to 111 Kenya shillings per dollar. So Madam Elizabeth ameenda kwa exchange bureau akapata ile kibao ya red. Nacheza namna hii. Iko na lower limit, iko na upper limit, 109 to 111 Kenya shillings per dollar. So we are required in this case here to ascertain. Determine Elizabeth's amount in Kenya shillings. Elizabeth's amount in Kenya shillings. Determine Elizabeth's amount in Kenya shillings. Let's see, abracadabra. Now if you're to be very honest with me, are you seeing some confusion here? Is there anybody who is seeing some confusion? Is there anybody who is seeing some confusion here? You have to be very honest with me. Yes. Which rate should we apply? Which rate should we apply? There is nothing like mean rate in this world. Nothing. That you go to a bureau tells you these are the two rates. Let's in this case here take the two of them and then we divide. No. A lie. I like you guys because you've been able to really portray that there is a dilemma issue here. Now, whenever you go to a foreign exchange bureau and then they give you this kind of an exchange rate, ladies and gentlemen, it means that one is buying and the other one is what here for selling, like what Oscar is telling us. One is a buying rate and the other one is a selling rate. So first of all, what do you think in this case here between 109 and the 111 Kenya shillings, between the two? Which one in this case here will be the buying rate? The bank's buying rate. The bank's buying rate. They are right. 109 in this case here, the smaller one becomes the buy. So this becomes the buy, and this becomes what here they say? They buy low and they sell high. I love that. They buy low and they sell high. Just like, for example, today, if I want to make some kill, I can use what we call arbitrage profits model. How do I make use in this case, ladies and gentlemen, the arbitrage profits model? I can go to, for example, right now there is quite a big drought in Kajiado, right? What do? I'll go there, buy a cow, buy this cow at extremely low price. I fatten it a little bit and then sell it to here a high price, so that the difference between low and the high price is my margin, is what we call arbitrage profit, exploiting what we call price differentials between two markets, exploiting a price differentials between two markets to be able to make a gain without sweat. Ilo walikuwa kiniambia juzi ati ni kupata profit bila jasho, na exploit two markets. Tumia akili namna hii. Una make profit yako bila jasho. Hiyo profit ambayo una make bila jasho Tunaita arbitrage profit. Arbitrage namna hii wewe. Arbitrage hivi. Arbitrage. Very common in finance. Arbitrage profit. So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, it will be very wise for you, having ascertained the buy and the sell rate, it will be very wise of you to come and give us what we call the role of the bank. The role of the bank. Which role? Because a bank is the medium of exchange, right? Is the medium of exchange. So remember, all foreign currency transactions are viewed from the perspective of the bank. What will the bank be doing? I've already seen what the bank in this case here will do. This great lady knows, of course, she has about how much? 1 million Kenya shillings, approximately 1 million Kenya shillings. So this lady, what she will do, she'll keep this money, I don't know where, perhaps in a very good kibeti, right? Like this kibeti ataishikilia very tightly. Atake nyanganywe na mtu, sabi ni pesa mingi sana. $10,000 is not your usual kind of money. So atashika namna hii, awalk pole pole kwa bank teller, ambie bank teller kwa upole. Anamwambia niko na $10,000 hapa. So then I'm able to see what the bank will be doing. In this case here, the bank will be buying. So the bank buys. Here the bank buys. The bank buys. So are we together here that the bank will be buying? Are we together here that the bank will be buying this foreign currency? Yes, but now there is a problem. There is one problem. Some time back here, a student told me something very nice. But mwalimu, as the bank is buying these dollars, the bank will be giving this great lady Kenya shillings. So is in the bank selling Kenya shillings? That the bank will be taking the dollar, but in exchange, it will be providing the Kenya shillings. So it is giving her Kenya shillings. It is selling to her Kenya shillings. So is in the bank, in this case, you're selling Kenya shillings. Because if we don't know how to differentiate that, then we'll always have problems with this foreign currency. But it's foreign currency. It's international finance. Ngoja kidogo. Na please mnialao nitumie example ya ujinga sana. Nimeenda Kajiado. Nimeenda kununua ng'ombe yangu. Ng'ombe mzuri inaweza kuwa maybe in Kajiado right now kuna drought. Inaweza kuwa ni kitu kama 30,000 Kenya shillings. Right? So this person in Kajiado will give me the cow comfortably. I'll give this guy 30,000 Kenya shillings. I've bought the cow. Right? I've given this guy Kenya shillings 30,000. Will I say that I've sold Kenya shillings 30,000 to this guy? Will I say I've sold this cash 30,000 Kenya shillings to Maria Mesema? No. Because really, what is the tool of trade here? What is being, in this case here, traded? It is the cow. The cow. So in this case here, I'm buying the cow. That guy has sold the cow to me. Money is a medium of exchange. So the cow, in terms of foreign currency, the cow is the foreign money. The one who has got the foreign good is the one who is selling. Who has got something to sell. So it is, in this case here, it is Elizabeth who has a tradable commodity, who has got foreign currency. So Elizabeth will be selling this foreign currency to the bank. The role of the bank, because we don't look at this from what Elizabeth is doing. What Elizabeth will do is none of our business. All that we know is a rich lady, after this small transaction, she'll get about 1 million Kenya shillings, like that. The role of the bank is very nice. The role of the bank, ladies and gentlemen, here is to do what here? To buy this. And this bank is going to buy this at what rate? Are you able to see the buying rate? Are you able to see the buying rate? Are you able to see the buying rate? It is 109. It is 109. 109 what? Is it 109 goats? Is it 109 goats? Because in foreign currency, we must be very particular with our currencies. Is it 109? 109 what? 109 what? 109 what? 109. It's an exchange rate. It can't be 109 Kenya shillings. It must be 109 Kenya shillings per something. Because that is the confusion that I normally see my students getting into. They will tell you, mwalimu, ati hivi linakaa namna hii, ati hii ya kwanza inafaa kuwa Kenya shilling, ati hii inafaa kuwa do. Ushindwe. Zote mbili ni kimoja. Kwa hivyo ni 109 Kenya shillings per what ya per dollar. 109 Kenya shillings per USD. Thank you very much, Boniface. Per USD. Right? Now, of course, having ascertained the role of the bank, and I've been able to say, ladies and gentlemen, it is the buying rate of 109 Kenya shillings per dollar. Now I can go ahead and exchange. I can go ahead and exchange. So could you kindly go ahead and exchange for us? So if you go ahead and exchange for us, this will be 109 Kenya shillings equals $1. Right? 109 Kenya shillings equals $1. How about $10,000? How about $10,000? So in this case, if you cross multiply, then for sure, you'll be able to see 109 Kenya shillings times $10,000 times $10,000 all over $1, which will end up being equal to 109,000 Kenya shillings, because the dollars and dollars will cancel. 109, no, 1090,000. Sorry for that. It is 1090,000. It is 1090,000. Great. Mention illustration number 3. 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 Now, illustration number 3 is quite an interesting one. Illustration number 3 is quite an interesting one. I love it. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. And this one now, here we have my manager called Adega. Adega, right, has sold goods to a Ugandan company worth 10 million Uganda shillings. 10 million Uganda shillings. I'm using Adega because we know that Adega is one of us. She's a Kenyan, not unless I'm not correct, but she's a Kenyan. Meaning that this money, at the end of the day, this money is foreign to her. She can't stay with it. Even if she wanted to preserve our wealth in terms of Uganda shillings, after some time, atasikia amefinyika, ataenda for sure exchange pesa. She's a Kenyan. She's a Kenyan. So in this case here, she goes to some bureau and she's able to get, in this case here, some offer. Exchange rate, wakamwambia ni 30 to 32 Uganda shillings per Kenya shilling. So required Adega's amount in Kenya shillings. Adega's amount in Kenya shillings. So let's agree, please, and ensure that you don't add N. Somebody may easily add an N here, although it's part of the game. It's just Adega. Do you know what? The silence that I'm hearing is deafening. The silence that I'm hearing is deafening. We are doing international finance, and this is something that is very important. Something which is very important. Now, I would want to give you the first secret. I would want to give you the first secret in this mathematics. In an exam situation, if you go to an exam and get this kind of a question, and then it happens that you're not very sure of the rate you should use. You're not very sure of the rate that you should use, that whichever rate you're using is just like guesswork. To be able to fetch all the marks, normally what I advise my students, although I should not be telling you this is quite early, I shouldn't be giving you exam techniques. You're still far away from exams, or exams are far away because I may make you lazy, right? Nevertheless, if you're not so sure of which rate to use, always you apply both rates and use big English in the conjunctions in English. So they say, if I use 30, then Adega will receive this much. However, nevertheless, moreover, if I use 32, Adega will get this much. The way we have been trained to mark these exams in CASNEB, whenever we see a correct answer, we'll always close our eyes to the wrong answer. Always, we shall pick the correct answer and mark that. Is that a good secret? Yeah, if you realize that you are not so, if you are so sure, fine, work with your answer. But if you're not so sure, always use big English. I call it big English. Nevertheless, moreover, however, putting comma like that, and then we shall overcome. Now, for sure, now here, what happens now? What happens here? Right solution. After right solution, tell us there that there are two types of quotations. Solution. Tell us there very fast that there are two types of foreign currency quotes. Namely, number one, we have the direct quote, and then number two, we have the indirect quote. So number one, we have the direct quote, and then number two, we have the indirect quote. What is a direct quote? Direct quote ni kama hiyo ye 110 Kenya shillings per dollar. Lakini ukipata imeandikwa 35 Uganda shillings per Kenya shilling, hii ni indirect. Aya. Ukiangalia hizi mbili, ukiambiwa differentiate between the two quotes in your simple language, which statement will you write down? What do you think is the difference between direct and indirect quote? Difference the dollar? No. Indirect, there is a range. I like the way you guys are trying, but no. Domestic and foreign, we are almost now getting there. For direct quote, nimeona mwanafunzi mgeni anaitwa Valerie. Ameanza kujua maneno huyu. Umeona vile anasema zinakuja mbio hizo messages, ngoja. Sasa hata niseme yangu sasa zimenipotelea. Kitu ya maana hapa ni kwamba for direct quotes, we are given the amount of the local currency. Please write this, that for direct quote, amount of the local currency, required to purchase 1 unit, to purchase 1 unit of foreign currency. is given. I'm repeating again. We are saying that for direct quote, an amount of local currency is the same as the home currency. An amount of local currency, like this, amount of local currency needed to purchase 1 unit of foreign currency, 1 unit of foreign currency is given. E.g., 110 Kenya shillings, 110 Kenya shillings, 110 Kenya shillings required to purchase $1. To purchase $1. Yes, I love this. Now tell us there. Direct means what here? Normal. Direct means normal. Tell us there that for direct quotations, banks buy low. For direct quotations, banks buy low and they sell high. In order to make a profit. What have I said? I've just said here that for direct quotes or quotations, banks will always buy low, a lower figure. And then they sell what here? This particular commodity at a higher rate to be able to make a profit. So I'm repeating again that for direct quotations, banks buy low and they sell high to make a profit. They buy low and they sell high to make a profit. Full stop. Give me another dash there. Give me another dash there. Give me another dash there. So these are the dashes and gentlemen that we're talking about here is quite important. Quite important. It is basically looking at indirect quotations. So under indirect quote, an amount of foreign currency, currency needed to purchase 1 unit of local currency. Your local currency, wewe ni Mkenya, kama Kenya shilling, is provided. So under indirect quotes, we are given amount of foreign currency, right? For example, 30 Tanzania shillings needed to procure 1 Kenya shilling. So we are given, ladies and gentlemen, under direct quotes, an amount of foreign currency needed to purchase 1 unit of local currency is done what here is provided. I love that. Tell us there that for indirect quotes, banks buy high and they sell low. Banks buy high and they sell low in order to make a profit. Banks buy high and sell low in order to make a profit. If you have to be very honest with me, that concept does not make sense. You buy high and then you sell low to make it doesn't make sense. It can only make sense when you look at Adega's case. Now, in Adega's case, could you kindly tell me what kind of a representation is this? Is it a normal representation or an abnormal one? It's always normal when we talk over 110 Kenya shillings per dollar. It's abnormal. And if it's abnormal, then automatically it is indirect. And if it's abnormal, we shall also handle this thing abnormally. If it's abnormal, then like that, ladies and gentlemen, the bank will buy high and sell what here low in order to make a profit. So in this case here, the bank will buy here high. So the bank buys high. So this will be the buying rate and this will be the selling rate for the bank to make a profit. So, and that is the first thing you do, because really in financial management, it is not like what Silas told us, which we used to do in Form 1, where you could be told straight away, a Adega has got $1,000. Here is the exchange rate, only one number. No, for us, we shall be given a range. For us, we shall be given a range. And once you give us a range, the first thing we do is to establish the buying and the selling rates. The buying and the selling rates. And I have got a shortcut, because this is a topic that normally disturbs students to sit down, actually not even sitting down. At times in this case, I dream about these things. Yes, I dream about some of these shortcuts, yes. So I dreamt and I came up with a very good concept that for you to be able to define your buying rate, for you to be able to define your buying rate, the only thing that you need to know is the location of your home currency. Once you tell me the location of your home currency, then straight away, ladies and gentlemen, I will be able to tell you where the buying rate is. Like now here, where is my home currency? My home currency is on this side. Kenya shilling is on this side. So in an exam situation, I'll basically lift up my hand, and in this case here, identify the location of my home currency. It is on the second bit, this side, right-hand side. And if it is on the right-hand side, if I do my hand like this, it's on the right-hand side, then the right-hand side figure becomes buy. The right-hand side figure becomes buy. And of course, if this becomes buy, then this one automatically will become what? Yes, I would want to repeat this again. But if I go to an exam, get an examiner telling me this is 101 to 102 Kenya shillings per dollar, ebu nifanyie favor, ebu nitingiza mkono afu niambie buy ni gani. Ebu tingiza mkono ya ukweli. Ubaya sana vile mlikataa kuweka kamera zenu on. Aha. Tingiza mkono buy. Unaona ambao wanaandika 102 wote hawajatingiza mkono. Hawajatingiza mkono. So, ukija Amerika 102 sio moja. Unaona, where is your local currency? Your local currency is the Kenya shilling. It is on the left-hand side. So if it is on the left-hand side, automatically this becomes what here? This becomes the buy. The left-hand side becomes the buy. So listen to me very well. As we move along, ladies and gentlemen, this thing of trying to differentiate that this is a direct quotation, it's an indirect quotation, that is rubbish. We shall not be using it at all. In this case here, the most effective one is to really know how to shake your hand. If you know how to shake your hand, then you'll never have any problem to do with these quotations. Let me try you with this. Tingiza yes. Tingiza yes. None of that is it. Tingiza yes. Tingiza yes. Wacha tuone kidogo. I'm so sure hii hawatapata. So I want us in this case here to assume. I want us to assume. Right? That Annette here is an Ethiopian lady, right? Ethiopia, this country in this case that is being ravaged by the Tigray and Oromos, ladies and gentlemen, uses which currency? Somebody who knows these things. The beer, isn't it? So could you kindly tell me the approximate exchange rate between the beer and the Kenya shilling? Who could be knowing? Just approximate, even if it's last year's figure. Even if it is last year's figure. Beer. No, you guys are not helping me. You know, when you are writing an exchange rate, you must write an exchange rate like a professional. If you're saying it's 40, it has to be 40 Kenya shillings per beer or 40. You can't just write 40 like you're writing goats. No. So I'm waiting. You guys can even Google. You can even Google the approximate. The approximate, you can Google. 8 beer, 2.36 Kenya shillings per beer. Okay. Great. So then we have in this case here, Adega's case. So Adega has been given here. We have 2 to 3 Kenya shillings per beer. And then now Adega, no, it was not Adega, it was Annette. Annette in this case here, has got 1 million Kenya shillings. But remember that Annette, in this particular question, and the examiner will always define the residence, Annette is an Ethiopian. She must be very tall. So could you kindly tell me between 2 and 3 Kenya shillings per bill, which one becomes the buying rate? 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 Unajua sasa tunapenda kuchezea wanafunzi sana mchezo karata. Tunawachezea karata mbaya, mchezo mbaya. Because you can imagine after ushafunza wanafunzi vizuri hivi, and then now CASDEP gives you a chance of setting an exam. And then now you go twisting these exam students' minds, telling these students that Annette is an Ethiopian, right? So that now Annette should start seeing that Kenya shilling is foreign to her. I mean, can it get really unfairer than that? So home currency in this case is the beer. So as I shake my hand, I'm shaking my hand always towards my home currency. I'm shaking my hand always towards my home currency to be able to know the buy. So in this case here, beer is my home currency, Ethiopian. So in this case here, beer is on the right-hand side. So it means that these 3 becomes the buy. This becomes what here? The sell. So if you say the 2 siko ubaya, if you say the 2 tafadhali, nifanyie favor, ndio usikasahau. Please. Nataka ujichune kidogo, ndio ukumbuke home currency. Aki hujajichuna, haujajichuna. Jichune tena na nguvu kidogo, ndio usahau. Because it's all about chasing your home currency. The other day, I'll be able to show you here, the examiner did something very bad. This was not me. This wasn't me. I wish I was the one here would have really, this wasn't me. So examiner, akakuja akaambia wanafunzi kwamba kampuni fulani inaitwa Jackie Maribe. Jackie's Limited. Kwa past paper kwa nitakuonyesha. Jackie's Limited. I remember that question very well. Jackie's Limited. Wakasema Jackie ako based in France, which makes use of the euro. Jackie is based in which country? France. Right. So kidogo akasema Jackie ana expect pesa fulani. Sasa wakakuja wakasema hivi. Wakasema for example, wakasema exchange rate is 2 to, for example, Tanzania shillings, for example, to per euro. Now the euro is written like this. Huko mwanzo walikuwa sasa kuambia kwamba Jackie's residence is in France, which makes use of the euro. So a good student should have thought very fast that this thing is all about your home currency. Jackie's home currency is the euro. The examiner has told you that. But do you know what? So many students called me immediately after the exam. Akaniambia mwalimu ulisema tutingize, lakini hapa tujaribu kutingiza hakukuwa na Kenya shilling. Kajua amenyoshwa. Ati hakukuwa na Kenya shilling. Angetingiza wapi? So you must be very keen and read in between, because the examiner will always define the residence. The examiner will always define. Unasema hapa Chinekeze. The examiner will always define your home country. Always. And be very keen, because unajua last semester hii swali waliepa sana last semester. Jiko ni examiner last semester alibo. Hii swali ikosangi. Angalia sitting zote. Lakini last semester, for whatever reason, I'll miss. I can assure you 100%. This one, take it to the bank and use it as collateral. Hii swali lazima ipate hii semester. Ila hawakuleta last semester, wana carry forward. Lazima hii. So please, unapoletewa kitu ambacho unachunga, sababu lazima uchengwe pia kidogo. Ile kitu za kuchenga nao sana niyo kitu ya residence. Hapana, unajua ndio problem na mimi wanafunzi pia unafaa kupata exposure kidogo. Unapata ulizaliwa Kirinyaga County, ukaenda Kirinyaga Primary School, sijui kama kuna Kirinyaga High School, umeenda Kirinyaga University. Sasa unafikiria wewe ni Mkenya piwa. Ukijaribu kutoa mawazo ambayo kidogo, wewe fikiria kwamba wewe ni British, unakosa kuimagine wewe ni British. Unaweza kusema kitu sasa wamenione? No. Once umeambiwa ni British, we reason like you are a Briton. Unajua British wanatumia the pound. So the pound is ours. Okay, great. I hope you have taken keen note of that, because I know those areas. If someone told me to set an exam, I know the small areas that I'll twist really to ensure that I'll be able to put a few of the students under the bus. Good examiner, there's no good examiner who sets an exam where all the students pass. If all the students pass, then that exam is not objective. It's a bad exam. Good exam, other people must go under the bus. That is the thing. However bad you may feel with that statement, but I must tell you the truth. So you must be able to know some of those small areas that this examiner could use to joke around. Great. Aya, asante sana. Sasa naomba mnisikize. Sasa hebu angalieni kitu vizuri. Adega ni Mkenya. Kwa hivyo buying rate itakuwa ni gani? Buying rate itakuwa ni gani? Sasa bila kuanguka. Adega ni Mkenya. Kenya, thank you very much. Sijaona mtu ameanguka paka saizi. Thank you very much. So straight away, this becomes the buy because of the Kenya shilling, the home currency. Na kwa example, natingiza mkono kwa furaha. Usiogope neighbor zako, usonga usuguze neighbor. Tingiza mkono kwa furaha. So this is buy, and this is what here somebody sell. Like that. Thank you. Buy and sell. So then come and give me the role of the bank. Give me the role of the bank. Give me the role of the bank. Role of the bank. Again, don't overthink. You know, the bank could either buy or sell. The bank could either buy or, so don't overthink. So remember, this time round, Adega has done what? Has sold goods. So I can see Adega, I must visualize this thing. I can see Adega pocketing so much in terms of what here, Uganda shillings. So she has this money in her briefcase. Hii sasa haiwezi, kuna kibeti ya wasichana za bebe pesa kweli? Kuna kibeti ya wasichana za bebe pesa? Hakuna kibeti kama hiyo. Straight away ni briefcase. So ataweka kwa briefcase pole pole, hiyo pesa yote atembee nayo paka Equity Bank. I can even visualize her. Haja kwa Uganda shilling hapana feature sana, hazina value, right? Hazina value, unazirusha straight away pale kwa counter. So I can see that again the bank is doing what here? Buying. No, Annette, why are you saying the bank is selling? Why are you saying the bank is selling? Able to understand. Ojo, wanafunzi angalieni hapa. What has happened here? Adega has sold goods to a Ugandan person here across the border, Busia. Right? And this Ugandan person, amempatia pesa yake. Lakini sasa akampatia in form of what here? Uganda shillings. Alipompatia Uganda shillings, you remember Adega is the one who was a foreign good. Foreign good in Kenyan soil is this Uganda shilling now. So in short, Adega will be selling this foreign good she has. Atakuwa anauzia bank. We don't want to know what Adega is doing. We are looking at this from the perspective of the bank. What is the bank doing? 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 The bank, in this case, ladies and gentlemen, is going to buy this money from Adega. So the bank will buy. The bank will buy. The bank will buy. So will buy at what rate? The bank will buy at what rate? The bank will buy at what rate? 32. 32 who? Uganda shillings. Uganda shillings per who? Per Kenya shilling. Alafu sasa nataka unisikize vizuri. The next thing now you shall do is to go ahead and exchange. The next thing we shall do is to go ahead and exchange. Tukiwa tuna exchange, atako tunaandika kitu kimother tongue kila saa at 32 Uganda shillings equals 1 Kenya shilling. That is too low. Mwanafunzi mzuri wakati ana exchange, anajua either ni kumultiply ama ni kudivide. Atajua. Kama sasa hapa ku exchange, should I multiply these two or I divide? Multiply or divide? Multiply or divide? Divide. Because if you try multiplying, then the final answer will be Uganda shilling squared. If you try multiplying, this is what we are told in high school. If you try multiplying, something funny is going to happen. Utaenda up kupata 10, whatever. Kitu ya maana hapa ni kwamba in Uganda shilling, you will end up getting Uganda shillings squared, and there is no, it doesn't matter how strong that currency is, there is no currency globally which can accept a square. Haiwezekani. So ukiona hizi currencies zinafanana, hii ya kwanza hii na hii zinafanana, the only way out when you're exchanging is to divide. Kwa hivyo nitakuja hapa niseme abracadabra, na kwa mtihani ukiandika hizi vitu jameni unaandika kama unacheka. Hapana kuwa mwanafunzi ukasirika sana. Hapana. Sasa unajua hapa Uganda will cancel, and whatever answer I'll be left with will be what here, somebody will be Kenya shillings. Kenya shillings 312,500. Oh yeah. You can imagine the disappointment ambayo Madam Adega ako nayo. Yeye alikuwa amesha imagine kwamba amekuwa millionaire. Akinaweza hata kuprotest kwa bank. Niambie bank mimi sikubali. How can I give you 10 million shilling? You give me pesa hata itoshi chochote. Hata ifikia hata 1 million. Naweza kuprotest hapo sasa. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing is for us to know that normally foreign currency will keep on doing what here? Will keep on fluctuating up and down. And because it fluctuates like that, then we must look at how to hedge against those risks. How to hedge against hedging techniques, of which I gave you some hedging techniques yesterday. Mbili. Sijui unaweza kuwa unakumbuka yoyote hedging techniques. Unaweza kuwa unakumbuka gani? Somebody, yeah, hedging techniques. How to protect yourselves against foreign currency exposure. Thank you very much. Do nothing. Please never forget this. Do nothing. Never forget that. And then number 2, what do we have here? Number 2. What do we have here? Number 2. Yeah. Invoice all customers. In one currency, in one preferable currency. It could be the dollar, it could be the Kenya shilling, like that. And then on number 3, we have what we call the forward contracts. Thank you very much. Number 3, we have the forward contract, and I would want us to begin from here. So please, if you don't mind, after you reach your forward contract, please write today's date. We are now beginning the lesson. Sasa ndio tunaanza kusoma. Hatuko tumeanza kusoma. So under forward contract, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, tell us there that a forward contract exchange rate. A forward contract exchange rate is a predetermined contractual exchange what here? Exchange rate. Meaning that it is normally known in advance. So then what will happen here? And this I've used it personally. This one I have used it personally. I've used this personally. Not once, not twice. Right? Currently, I happen to consult for an institution called IGAD. IGAD, if you go to IGAD and ask anybody, they'll tell you that they are consultant on matters. I told you myself, I practice financial reporting, both for public sector and private sector using IFRSs. So normally do for them the IPSAS. So I was able to craft for them the framework, of course, localizing it to the IGAD branches, etc., and ensuring that, for example, if it is their property, plant, and equipment, how you do that register, it's following here, right? And ensuring, ladies and gentlemen, for example, we have what we call IPSAS 9. IPSAS 9. IPSAS 9, when I talk about some of these things, it's not good to mix things. They can't, of course, pay you like in dollars immediately, no. What they'll do is to give you a promissory note. Fine, that for example, in the next 5 months, we shall be able to give you these dollars here that you quoted, right? Dollars that you quoted. Ah, great. You are my children. Those are things I can share with you. Those are things I can share with you later. But for now, those dollars, of course, if we are looking at getting these dollars in 5 months, I mean, I will be troubled wherever I will be, because I don't know exactly how much I'll be able to get in terms of Kenya shillings when I'm paid these dollars. So then what I'll do myself, and this I've done it like 3 times, right? I'll simply go to a serious bank. A bank in this case here, which is very fair in matters of what your foreign exchange, or even a bureau, right? And then now you draft a contract with these people. Tell these people, I don't want, wherever I am, in this case, you're not to be sleeping very well because of how this currency keeps on doing what you fluctuate. Let's write down a contract. It's called a forward contract because it shall be used in the future. We are writing it today, but it will be applied in the future. So as I walk along, as days pass by, as in this case here, that day that IGAD is coming to pay me comes closer, I know, even if every day I'm watching news, I'm seeing things fluctuating, I know I'm covered. Because if we agree with these guys that on this particular date, they are going to give me 109, for example, Kenya shillings per what year per dollar. It means that it's a contractual thing. On that material day, when I take this cash to them, if the dollar is going for 106 or whatever, it doesn't matter. They have to give me 109. The downside of it is that if, for example, the dollar is going for 112, I cannot run away. It's a contractual thing. It's a contractual thing which was determined in advance. Siwezi kuaruka, right? So under forward contracts, ladies and gentlemen, what have we learned there? That we shall be given a rate in advance. We shall be given a rate in advance. And this rate in advance, for us to understand it, I would want us to look at a question there. I can see Elizabeth asking a serious question there. Is it the same as a booking rate? Is it the same as a booking rate? You know, teaching is funny. When somebody asks you a question which you don't know, as a good teacher, what do you do? Please help me. As a good teacher, what do you do? Wamekataa kujibu hao wanafunzi wangu oye. Wamekataa kujibu oye. Wamekataa kujibu oye. You ignore. Sabotage, do nothing. You say you do not know. That will be the worst. You'll make the students in this case lose confidence in you. Who is this? When you want to become a good teacher knows everything. A good teacher Give it as a homework. Thank you very much. November 2017, question number 5, boy. November 2017, question number 5, boy. For those of you who have got these revision kits, it's page number 169. Page number 169. It's page number 169. Page number 169, and that says use big English. Nevertheless, however, moreover, you see, the one who was saying future, future rate can change. Forward contract, of course, it is a future rate, but contractual. We agreed on it in advance, right? Booking rate, for example, if we have it like a rate in this case here that we agreed on, just to show that we had it down written, booking could make sense. So I'm trying to use this big English so that you guys can tell me that you have been able to get that question. Do we have that question? Do we have that question? Jackie's Limited. Jackie Maribe. Yes, all of them, they have this. Jackie Maribe. Thank you very much. Akona matata sana msichana huyu. Jackie akona matata sana. Jackie Limited, got it, thank you, is a company based in France where the euro is widely used. The company has recently imported raw materials from the USA and has been invoiced for US dollars to 40,000 payable in 3 months. In addition, the company has exported finished goods to the USA and Australia. The customer in the US has been invoiced for US dollar 69,000 payable in 3 months' time. And the Australian customer has been invoiced Australian dollar 395,000 payable in 4 months' time. The current spot and forward exchange rates are given as follows. So they've given us US dollars, spot rate. So spot rate, this term spot rate means what? Spot rate. Current rate. Thank you very much. The prevailing rate, the today's rate. You guys are brilliant. Of course, I have to salute you. You guys are brilliant. And then they have given us 3 months forward rate. They have given us, again, there's something funny, their 4 months forward rate. They've given us another table there, which is irrelevant for now. So show how the company can hedge its foreign exchange exposure using forward market cover. Forward market cover is the same as what here? Forward contract rate, or just forward contract. Forward contract is the same as market cover or forward cover, etc. What we are saying, ladies and gentlemen, which is very important for us, is that the forward market cover. Kisikia forward market cover, then straight away, this is the same as what here, just the same as forward contract rate, like that. So I would want in this case, ladies and gentlemen, to take like a 1 minute break, but during this 1 minute break, I would want to see whether there is any student who will be able to interpret this question correctly. Is there a student who will be able to interpret this question correctly? Of course, one thing, ladies and gentlemen, that I can assure you, so many students went wrong in this question this semester. Number one, they mixed up the months. When they tell us 3 months are being involved and 4 months are being involved, we must do the 2 durations differently. We must do calculations for the 2 durations differently. I must get, in this case here, the amount, whatever, for 3 months. So I have to write there 3 months forward contract. Nimalizana nao kwanza. Ndio tuende kwa 4 months. So tuanze na 3 months. alafu tuone abracadabra. Ama tuanze na 4 months. Tuanze na gani? Tuanze na 4 months. Tuanze na 4 months. During my 1 minute break, tuanze na 4 months forward contract. Tuanze na 4 months. I know why. Tuanze na 4 months forward contract. Tuone abracadabra. Thank you very much for trying. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Here we are. 4 months. What have they told us in these 4 months? They have told us, in addition, the company has exported finished goods to USA and Australia. The customer in the US has been invoiced for US dollars 69,000 payable in 3 months' time. I'm not interested in 3 months' time. And the Australia customer has been invoiced Australian dollars 395,000 payable in 4 months' time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in this case here 395,000 Australian dollars. This amount, I would want you to tell me, to this client called Jackie, is it a payable amount or a receivable amount? Let's start fighting in here. Is it a payable amount or a receivable amount? I think it is a receivable amount. The examiner is using the word payable there to confuse you. Don't allow this examiner to confuse you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been told the underlying thing here is that this amount is as a result of what here? Exportation. When you export goods out there, you shall receive foreign currency. So this is a receivable. It is a receivable. It is a receivable. It is a receivable. Now, if it's a receivable, as we get along now, there are things I would want you to start understanding. If it's a receivable amount, receivable, please put here because of what here? Because of exportation. And if it's receivable, then there is something that I know. There is something that I just slept and thought about, and it has really assisted so many students. That a foreign boyfriend always buys dinner. A foreign boyfriend always buys who? Buys dinner. Have you written that statement down somewhere? Have you written down that statement somewhere that a foreign boyfriend, please don't show this to your husband. A foreign boyfriend always buys what here? Dinner. Always buys dinner. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we shall get along with this thing, you'll be able to see that for any foreign receipt, the bank will always buy. So if it's a foreign receipt, I'll not even think twice. If it is a foreign receipt, the bank buys in this. So if it's a receivable and it's a foreign currency receivable, the bank will always do what here? Buy. So a foreign boyfriend buys what here? Dinner. How about a local boyfriend? What does a local boyfriend do? Iko mwingine ananiambia ati local boyfriend ati ni deadbeat. Asijua alimaanisha nini, sijajua, mtanifunza, lakini iko problem mahali, mtanifunza polepole, sijua alimaanisha nini. Great. Now we come back, ladies and gentlemen. We come back here. Now please look for 4 months. Look for 4 months. So 4 months, what do we have here? 4 months, what do we have here? So we have here 1.9, 1.95, 1.95, 10 to 1.9540, because it's 4 months, what year? 4 months contract. 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 I hope you guys are able to see this 4 months contract rate. Are you able to see this 4 months contract rate? Kuna 3 months, kuna 3 months, na kuna 4 months. So in there 4 months. Now, here 4 months wametuambia it is what to what. Here 4 months wamesema it is what to what. It is euro per Australian dollar. Euro per Australian dollar. Euro per Australian dollar. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So ladies and gentlemen, now tell me, remember we were told up there that Jackie Limited is based in France. This is the question I was talking about. We were told up there that Jackie's Limited is based in France, where the euro is widely used. So they're telling you that this company's home currency is the euro. So home currency is the euro. So if home currency is the euro, then very fast, I should be able to say this is buy. Yay! And then I call Mwalimu, tell Mwalimu that you know what? You taught us very well. Like in example, Kija, will this be the buy? Will this be the buy? It cannot be. Why? Because euro is on the left side. Euro is on the left side. So in this case here, euro being on the left side, this becomes buy, and then automatically this will become what there? This will become sell. Yep. Great. Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you very much, Becky. All of you have been able to see this. And what have we said? We've said, yay, this is a receivable. Receivable is about a foreign boyfriend. Ikiwa ni payable for you, LED, there are men in this case here, we like getting money from women. Local people. Ikiwa ni receivable, that must be a foreign boyfriend who always buys dinner. So the role of the bank here will be to do what? Somebody give me the role of the bank here. Give me the role of the bank. It's to buy. Alafu, also what works best for all the years ambao nimefunza foreign currency, what works best nizo shortcut. Ukianza kureason zaidi hawezi ukapita ikitu. So in this case here, what will work best for us here is the concept of foreign boyfriend buys, the bank will buy. Foreign, because of foreign receipt. So the bank will buy. So bank buys at what rate? At 1.9510 euro per ASD. So please go ahead and exchange for us. Go ahead and exchange for us. Aki. Oscar ananiambia poa. Oscar ananiambia nimechanuka sana. Oscar ananiambia poa. We shall overcome. So go ahead and exchange. So we have 1.9510 euro equals 1 Australian dollar. How about how many dollars? I rubbed mine. It's equal to 395,000, isn't it? 395,000 Australian dollars. So ukifanya namna hiyo itakuja ikuwe 1.9510 times 395,000. Unaniambia inakuja mbesha shiga na 776.45. The only thing that you guys haven't told me is whether these are goats. Are they goats? Euro. Thank you very much. So now from ladies and gentlemen, could you kindly go very first and do the 1 of 3 months? Do the 1 of 3 months. And I hope you guys are able to follow. I think I've moved quite with a big speed. Are you able to follow really? Are you able to follow up to now? In topic ambayo haitaki haraka. Okay. Haitaki. Tena wewe mwenyewe ukishamaliza hapa, lazima wewe urudie tena peke yako. Topic ambayo haitaki haraka sana. It's quite a short topic. Tumeshikanisha zote mbili. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, tuendelee sasa. Tuende kwa 3 months. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, I'm surprised if you're saying you are okay. So then as we progress, one thing you're supposed to be knowing as you progress, as a summary, as we progress here, is that any time tukisikia jina receivable, I'll be knowing the bank buys. Nikisikia payable, I'll be knowing that the bank does what here? Sells. Could you kindly write, this is our chorus. This is our chorus. This is our chorus. Very important. Receivable. If I receive foreign money, the bank will buy from me. If I receive foreign money, the bank will buy from me. I love this. Great. So very, very important. Very, very important. Yeah. So that's for 3 months to one. So 3 months, what do we have here for 3 months? So 3 months, Jackie is an aggressive lady. Alifanya 2 transactions. 3 months, tunaambiwa ya kwanza, the company recently imported raw materials from the USA and has been invoiced for $240,000 payable in 3 months time. So $240,000, according to your understanding, is it a payable or a genuine receivable? Is it a payable? $240,000 USD. Itakuwa ni payable ama receivable? Thank you very much, Oscar. Thank you very much, Oscar. Thank you very much. It's a payable. Why? Because this is as a result of an importation. Like that. Great, correct. Again, there was another transaction in 3 months' time. Which transaction is this in the next paragraph? In addition, the company has exported finished goods to the USA and Australia. The customer in the USA has been invoiced for $69,000. So this $69,000 again, I have to ask myself this $1 million question. Is it, ladies and gentlemen, is this a payable or a receivable? It's a receivable. Don't in this case just scratch your head too much. It's a receivable because it's as a result of what here? An export. So we have exported the goods, we are going to receive the money. Na please, makosa ambao wanafunzi wengi walifanya, hii semester tuliwashika, hii semester hii, 3 months, tuliwashika sana. Sababu gani? Wengi wakaanza kuhedge separate, akahedge, akasema forward contract ya hii na forward contract ya hii. And then immediately wakitoka exam wananipigia sasa wananiambia mwalimu sio unajua. Na ndio maana tafadhali mimi ukifanya mtihani, mimi sitaki urafiki na wewe. Usinipigie anza kuniambia exam ilikuwaje. Hapana. Ukitaka urafiki na mimi after exam, maybe unipigie simu nikwambie niko Kajiado, ukuje huko tukule nyama. Hiyo, lakini tusidiscuss mtihani mpaka mtihani kuje, because it is quite sad. Ukinipigia simu ukiniambia exam imekuwa rahisi, it's very bad. We don't want that. Right? Hata ikwangi hata mbaya, ile mbaya kama siku moja unapata mwanafunzi ameenda kwa gari. Ameanza kupiga Kiswahili vile yeye amepata ati hesabu fulani amepata answer fulani. Watu wanamwambia hapana. So inamuaffect hata exam yake ya kesho. Exam ukishamalizana nayo kuisha. Cast the bubbles people. Exam ukimalizana nayo, wacha cast the exam inaenda amuni. Wewe you're not an examiner. That is beyond your control. Hata ile kitu ya kuhesabu marks mahali umelala, ile kitu pia sio mzuri. Unapata mimi nimelala nasema akile ninaona kama nitapata 7 marks. Question 2, unajaribu kuipush hata hiyo inaweza ikapata 20. Unaongeza unapata sasa sifiki 50. So unapata Christmas mzima ukuli vizuri. Hapana. That is beyond your control. Wachana na hiyo maneno. So wakati umeona hapa ziko same duration na ni same currencies, lazima utupatie the net. Hebu saidia mwalimu net ni ngapi hapa sasa? Saidia mwalimu tupatie net. Zikiwa same currency, same months, same duration. So that's about 171,000. You know, because they are opposite, opposite. E payable minus. Minus. It's a cash outflow. So minus 240 plus 69, wanasema ni 171,000. And it's a net payable. Why am I saying it's a net payable? Because the payable is more. The payable is bigger. It's a net payable. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now from there, now come and give me the 3 months forward contract. Forward contract rate. So 3 months forward contract rate, I'll be able to read the 3 months forward contract rate. I'll be able to read here ambao tunaona inakuja 3 months. Amenipatia huko juu 0.9520 to 0.9525. So abracadabra, what do we have here? Abracadabra. Abracadabra, abracadabra, abracadabra. Abracadabra, lazima useme exchange rate. In terms of the two currencies, it is US dollar per euro. US dollar per euro. It is US dollar per euro. US dollar per euro. Ah, great. Now there is one thing you guys haven't told me. Here, which one is going to become the buy? Buy. How can you just guess? I'm not seeing anybody shaking their hands. Don't you have your hands, ladies and gentlemen? Please shake your hands. At your home, people are supposed to know that you are in class. Shake your hands vigorously. This lady is in euro. So euro kopandele. So this becomes the buy. This becomes the buy. This becomes what here? The sell. Right? And then there is something you guys haven't told me. You haven't told me the role of the bank. So role of the bank, ladies and gentlemen, if it is foreign boyfriend, I know foreign boyfriend buys. But now this is a payment. It's not a foreign receipt. No, foreign boyfriend, because of that R is a receipt. This is a payment, so it has to be the opposite. Thank you it must be the opposite. It must be the opposite. Another person told me that a local boyfriend can easily sell you. I don't know whether it is true. So the bank can easily, the bank sells. So the bank sells at what rate? The bank sells at what rate? The bank sells at what rate? Karibu niseme lakini nikakumbuka Oscar taongea mbaya sana huyu Oscar ni mbaya huyu. USD per euro. USD per euro. USD per euro. So the bank sells, we can see the selling rate is here. So could you kindly go ahead and exchange for us now? Go ahead and exchange for us. Thank you very much. Hot 8. Hot 8. Thank you very much. Next time nataka kujua majina yenu ya ukweli. Thank you very much, Grace. Ah, Jenny amepata, ameniambia mwalimu, hii maneno iko hivi. Jenny amesema ati mwalimu sasa ukuje hapo useme basi kabla jazoea sana 0.9520 US dollar equals 1 euro. How about how many dollars were they? 70? Were they 171,000? How about $171,000? So when you cross multiply, this will be 171,000 times 1 over 0.9520, which will end up giving us what figure? 179,621. 179,622 euros. So I would want to give you a homework. May 2016 question number 5. May 2016 question number 5 I would want you to cover the forward contract area alone. In my next class, I'll be able to introduce you to money market interest rates. You'll be able to see how we make use of the interest rates. For now, I only want you to look at May 2016, do question number 8, boy, Jasper Morome. Questionnaire, Jasper Morome. Jasper Morome. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure hosting you for the night. Good night. We shall be meeting in our next class, which will be the early morning of what year? Thursday.